Bam, ba, bam, bam, bam. Bam, ba, bam, 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 ba, 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 bam, bam, ba, bam, bam. Alright, listen up. I've been asked this question many times this season. Two questions, actually. One, how do I solo queue or play in my promotion trial games? Number one. Number two, how do I feel about promotion trials as a whole? Do I feel like it's positive or negative for the game? Let me answer the second question first, and then we'll move on to the first question, which will be the entire segment of this video. The second question, do I feel like promotion trials is good for the game? The answer is no. Promotion trials existed merely as a solution to counter the people crafting in zone and ratting in zone the entire game. People are now starting to do that again. If the promotion trials was set up to counteract gameplay like that, and yet this is still happening in between ranks and after once you hit masters in your masters gameplay, since it didn't solve that issue, then it needs to be reworked or thrown away, because that issue still exists today with these people ratting in zone, crafting banners, and crafting medkits in zone, just like they did last season. And if you're wondering why I got my glasses on inside, it's because I'm fucking serious this video, alright? I'm not playing around. Apex is dying. Something needs to happen. So listen up while we got the time. Also, the difference in difficulty when it comes to solo queuing versus 3 stacking your promotion trial games is insanely large. Almost so large that it becomes so disparate, specifically for those solo queue players, that it's almost impossible to jump and gain through the ranks. Now, I haven't solo queued this season for ranked all that often, and it has a lot to do with the promotion trials, because I predict that it would cause me a lot of stress. And I know that a lot of people that have played this game, that are multi-time masters, that are solo queuing now, I know a lot of them that are stuck in the gold ranks. I know one guy specifically, it took him 18 tries as a solo queuer just to get from gold to platinum. And I know there has to be thousands of people just like him. Because to sit there and ask within this 5-game range, this 5-game window, you must figure out how to win a game as a solo queuer without any communication from your teammates. It's already difficult to solo queue, but now within these 5 games, you must get top 2, top 5 with a certain number of kills, which is difficult again because to get those 6 kills or whatever it may be, you have to communicate as a team. And in order to win an entire game, you must communicate as a team. And how often do these randoms communicate with you? Never. Now, I have, on the contrary, I have heard that a lot of solo queuers, if they tell their randoms, yo, I'm on my promotion trial games, can we try and play? Sometimes they will cooperate. But again, just like with any random solo queue experience, that's asking a lot. And it puts a lot of stress on the solo queue player. And because this game is primarily composed of solo queuers, we have to take the solo queuer. We have to have the solo queuer's best mind and interest. Because if we don't do that, then we will scare them away and end up in the position that we're in right now where the game is dying. That'll be another video. But regardless, at the end of the day, promotion trials did not solve whatever it was intended to solve. And it makes it increasingly harder for solo queue players to enjoy the game. Therefore, it is negative and it should be thrown away and reverted back to last season's system. Sorry for that long introduction. Now moving forward to that first question that I'm asked all the time. How do we play promotion trials? Listen to me. Take to solo queue during your promotion trials for this season, and it's going to look a lot like this game right here. And at the end of the day, it might not be that difficult. if you just listen to the tips that I'm giving you. What you're about to see right now is a very, very mid gameplay. This was in the first week. This was my Apex Predator game on my Steam account. What you're going to see is a very mid game. Low damage, low kills for everybody involved. But that should never matter, because the only thing that matters, especially higher up in Platinum and Diamond, is that you win the game. Doesn't matter how you win the game. Just win the game. And for promotion trials, maybe I could bring up another promotion trial game that involves platinum or gold, so that you don't have to win the game. You just have to get kills because it's more kills focused. Then maybe we can go over that in this video as well. But for this game specifically, this is my Apex Predator game at the very beginning of the season when there's nothing but, pro players playing. And of course all those cheaters. And again, listen up, solo queuers, because this is what a game should look like for you. This is how serious you should be taking a game when you're in promotion trials. The first thing I'm going to want to highlight for your promotion trial game is that you have to emphasize your rotations to get you the most advantageous end game position within that last zone. That's what we're working around. And if you have to fight a team on the way there because they're in your spot or because they're in the way, then that's on a game day decision basis. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But before you get into that game for your promo trials, you want to get that dub. Even for the gold games where you can get some kills, it's very difficult to get those kills and to get that top 5 placement 3 games in a row. It can be rough. And so what I found to be the best is to just win that game, move on with your life, and get to the next rank. That'll save you the most time. You should strive for that win. Because striving, it's like that quote, shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars. If you shoot for the dub, you'll land among the kills naturally. You can get those kills. So if you're playing for that dub, maybe you don't end up winning. But in gold and platinum, where they provide you the additional objective where you can get top 5 and some kills, chances are if you're shooting for that dub and you're getting a couple kills here and there along the way with good placement, then you'll qualify for the additional objective. And you can do that again next game. Try to catch that dub. Didn't get it again? Well, maybe you fell just shy of it and you fell within reach of that additional objective. And then you can complete it that way, which happened to me during my console grind. But overall, shoot for the win. Don't play for the additional objectives, because once you get to platinum and diamond, you have no additional objectives. You have to win the game. That's why that's a good mindset to have. So let's watch this very mediocre gameplay and show you guys some tips when it comes to winning your promotion trials games. This was my second promo trial. So we land in a place that's going to be uncontested. At least it should be. Do I know for a fact? Let me skip through. Yes, I do know for a fact now. So we land in a place within Olympus. And this, again, apply the same logic to any map that is in the current rotation. Broken Moon or Stormpoint. When you're on your promotion trial games, land secluded. Land at a POI. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. That has no enemy team landing there. Why would you chance a 50-50 chow? That's short for challenge. Off rip. When the whole point of your promo trials is to win the game. Could you beat that team? Maybe most of the time you can. But why risk that in the moments where you only have 5 chances to do so? And if you don't do it within these 5 games and catch that dub, then you get demoted. You lose RP. So what would be the point of doing that? For me, that seems too much like a high risk, high reward. The reward is there. I would say super high risk and medium reward, because kills don't matter at all especially in Diamond. When you have to win the game, nothing about your kills matter. You got to catch that dub. So the fact that you could potentially die and stretch yourself that much more thin within this 5 gap window is kind of too big of a risk that I like to take. Then again, I'm a very conservative person, so if you're a high roller, then more power to you. But you'll see us land here, and notice how long we're taking in this POI. specifically the character choices that you'll want to play. Let me get into that real quick. When you're on your promo trial games, if you haven't watched my tier list a couple videos ago, you'll notice that within this meta that exists right now, you'll see a lot of conduits, a lot of bangs, horizons, etc. What you won't see too many legend comps of is going to be controller legends like Catalyst. But if you want to make your life extremely easier, again, apply the same logic to any map and to any type of gameplay, whether you're 3-stacking or solo queuing. If you want to make your promotion trial games easier, then it would behoove you to play a controller legend, specifically Catalyst, because she's by far the strongest one, and you get the most utility out of her, both offensive and defensively. Playing a controller legend like Catalyst, who can scan beacons and let you know exactly where you need to go for next ring, can help you avoid fights, can help you and your team avoid crappy rotations late, which would help screw you over in the long run, which it typically does, and it'll assist you into getting into the best place that you can get to for the end game, which will increase your chances of winning the game, which is all that matters for this Diamond Promo Trial game. So that's why we have a legend like Catalyst right now, and we had our pro player again. I had the fortune to play with a pro player. He understood that. I told him this is my promo trial game, and he went Catalyst immediately. But we are staying still in this POI. We don't know where to rotate. We can craft our lives away because we got lucky with both Crafter and Beacon. But now we are getting shot from behind. I don't know what's going to happen, so I have to let that play out. So just hear me out while this happens. I believe we just run away, right? We wanted to stay there and scan the Beacon, which we already did. Perfect. Sorry, I'm a little behind because I'm yapping so much about everything. We already scanned the Beacon. So now we know where to go. We crafted what we needed to craft, and now we're making our way to the next zone, avoiding every fight. If I wasn't in my promotion trial games, we would have ran over there and killed them, or at least attempted to. And if I sound stuffed up, it's because I'm getting over a sickness. I'm sure a lot of you guys understand. Something nasty has been going around. Stay safe out there. But we waited to craft, to scan Beacon, and now we're moving forward, avoiding every fight possible. I did locate a team right there. Once again, I'm avoiding every fight that I can. This was in the beginning of the season, so you won't really see lobbies like this too often anymore. But you can. A lot of the times you might. 15 squads with 42 people up. We are not in a position that's advantageous, which will increase our chances of winning the game because we're far on the edge of zone, and it's going to collapse far more on the interior of the map relative to where we're at on the edge of the zone, I should say. It'll go more up here if you're looking at the map on the top left. Somewhere up here. I believe it ends on the other side exactly of whatever this POI is called. I'm already blanking out. But 42 people up, 15 squads alive. If we take a fight right now, we're going to get third-partied. And maybe we win, and maybe we come out with a kill. But I'm trying to show you guys the safest way possible so that you can quickly get to the next rank, whatever rank that is. Because solo queuing, you don't have the luxury of taking these fights and finishing these fights quickly enough so that you can move on without getting third-partied. If you take a fight as a solo queuer, especially during your promo trial games, you're probably going to lose. And it has a lot to do, once again, with communication or lack thereof. And so, again, it would be smart to avoid these fights when you're in your promo trial games and play however else you want to in between so that you can quickly rank up. You'll see this team mirror us all the way. So we have to run back over here across the way because we do not want to take this fight, especially in the middle of the map in the wide open right now. It makes no damn sense. You'll see the the Conduit utilize his tactical, and Mamba utilize his ultimate. Again, that's why Catalyst is so strong. Not only can she scan beacons, but she can give us some rotational help, like she can right there with her ultimate. Plus, me as a Bangalore with our smokes. That's just a really strong meta right now. Again, if you can control it somehow, as a solo queuer, Conduit, Catalyst, Bang or Conduit Horizon. Bang, Conduit, Catalyst, Horizon. Any sort of that meta legend comp is a really, really strong one. If you're 3-stacking, I recommend that. And if you're solo queuing, you know, maybe ask your teammates. I don't know. That's the unfortunate part, once again, about solo queuing. Actually, the circle does land on us towards the end of this game. And we know that, too, because we're pinging it right now. I believe that I think I'm the one that pinged exactly where it ends up landing. I can't remember. No, I think it does land on the other side. So we get brain dead inted right here. And so when we talk about passive gameplay, this is a huge caveat, and this is a perfect example of how people might try to take advantage of you when you're playing uber passive. A good team, and especially a cheating team, is going to recognize that and try to use that to their advantage. Again, this is why a legend like Bangalore, Conduit, and Catalyst is such a strong meta for this type of playstyle, because they have strong defensive capabilities. Conduit with her ultimate, Catalyst with her tactical and her ultimate, and then Bangalore with her smokes and her ultimate. So it's a very flex team right here, because you can play this comp extremely aggressively, but also play extremely well defensively. And once again, I'm yapping. Again, this gameplay is mediocre, so just hear me yap, because this is more important. But when it comes to your promotion trials, where you have to catch that dub, playing a legend comp that's extremely defensive, but can flex the other way if need be, is really good for you. It can help you win these fights when a team like this brain dead sends you, which is exactly something you're trying to avoid. So watch this play out. Join Mango. Double nades. Crack me a lot.
I killed him.
Heal up. No, bro, they're not missing. They just revive.
I killed him.
Lifeline's gonna stick again. Lifeline's gonna stick right here on me.
The lifeline special. The last guy's gonna come up behind us.
On him. Oh my god, you guys are disgusting for that shit. I'm getting in the building.
You're too young to disappear.
One of those guys is not missing.
So there's a lot that I did wrong in that fight, and I was almost zero help. And I had Mamba and Yaz go crazy for me right there. And we can go back and highlight what I did wrong so that you guys know. But initially we get that knock. I do a lot of disruption with my ultimate, which stuns a couple of them, or at least one of them. And my teammate gets a knock, so it's only 2 of them. I did not know they had a lifeline on the team. There was no communication of that. So when I swung out and it was a lifeline reviving, at that moment I kind of screwed up already. But we get that knock. Yaz is weak, and I'm taking that into consideration. Mamba is 150 health, essentially white armor. Same with me. So we're not in the greatest position to be fighting too crazy right now, even though we have that knock. I popped this cell and get me back. I was going to pop that cell, but then Mamba got challenged. So I wanted to swing out, and I think that if Mamba swung out here initially, I think that we could get a knock, but considering they had the lifeline already reviving, we might get a knock or two, but then put Yaz in a really scary 1v1, because he's on the backside of the building with no help absolute. And there was no comms on anybody's side at all. So I swing out, and I'm getting shot from the right side. And at that moment, I'm getting the lifeline. I'm shooting at the lifeline while their fuse is being revived. And at that moment, I was done for. Mamba took a lot of damage right there, and that fight was pretty much done. Mamba didn't expect that team to be right in front of us because there was no audio. They just kind of popped up right there. What I should have done differently was stay inside of the building, because I would have been a lot healthier. I should have just stayed in the doorway. I assumed that Mamba was going to leak out with me, but again, there was no communication on anybody's behalf. But looking back at it, I should have stayed within that door, held the angle for Mamba, and prevented them from coming in. But at the same time, the way that I fully sent this and kind of sacrificed myself, I provided a lot of disruption and distraction for this enemy team, for Yaz to climb up and arc start and get another knock. I acted as the bait, essentially, is what I was. I was the bait. And so you can see how that bait ended up helping. So I think he got another knock. Did he get another knock? I don't know. I saw it on the kill feed with a grenade. So you get the knock on the fuse again right there with some really good shots. Lifeline's all by herself, and then Mama comes and cleans it up. Oh, yeah, the Horizon was still alive still. I believe it was Horizon. Yeah, she comes over, and they team shoot her, and they win that. So I got saved right there. I got carried right there. But that's going to happen to you guys. So maybe you learn something from my mistakes and not to get too overzealous on those pushes so that you don't get used as bait. Because a lot of you guys, especially solo queuers, might lose a fight right here. So stay together, play together, and communicate as best as you can. I also had suspect beliefs about that team right here in the first week of the season against that E36 encryptor guy. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not saying nothing, but who knows? You knows if you're on PC, you knows what I'm talking about. But who knows nowadays? Damn it. And so we're moving on. We get beautiful kills right there. But again, none of these kills matter because when it comes to Diamond Promo Trial, you have to win the game. No ifs, ands, or buts. But that gives us some good loot. And if we could have controlled it, I would not have taken that fight right there. But we obviously didn't. And again, that's what makes me think that team is suspect. Because in the first week of the season, there's no need to push a team on the edge of zone like that aggressively without even any thought. You don't know who's around us, but again, it makes me think with a little extra, sauce on the side, you might know that there's nobody around. And so, okay, let's take this fight considering all the extra sauce that we have with our aim. You taste what I'm spitting right now? What I'm saying is they're fucking wall hacking and aimbotting probably if you didn't get my references. Because realistically, there's no need to fully enter team on edge of zone on a hot part of the map too. When you don't know if anybody's there, and you don't know the capabilities of this team. Again, why they ended up dying because they just fought 2 pro players. Moving forward, we play slow. We don't exactly know where zone's going to take us, so we stay and wait. We don't have a beacon to scan, and this is something that you guys will have to do as solo queuers or 3-stackers during your promotion trials. Sit here and wait. See where the zone is going to go and play it and try to get the best position within that next zone. And this is good for out of promo trials, just for ranking up purposes in general. Something that I've talked about in every video for a long time. So we'll see where the zone ends. It does end exactly over here towards the silo area, I believe. So keep that in mind. We don't know that now, but we're kind of pinging it right now. So we kind of know based on the, amounts of gameplay this team has. We kind of know where the zone's going to go. So we sit here and hold this position and look at our flank to see if we could gatekeep any teams. It looks like we do get pushed. Let's see what happens. So the conduit was broken already. Horizon essentially was almost broken. You'll see my aim be very, very bad now. I have a new secret sauce YouTube video to give you guys. When it comes to my aim, it's the best Apex aiming for PC controller that you will ever see in your entire life. And it's completely legit too. It's what a lot of the pro players are using right now. And so you'll see my aim's kind of shaky right now because I was not on that. I had a busted controller, had PC issues, and linear just wasn't for me. But you see us keeping that team away. We forced that team's rotation that way, straight into another team, and got them killed. That's the importance of holding that position in zone where we were and looking behind us. If we looked the other way and kept rotating that way, then that team could have had a free rotate behind us and essentially pinched us later. We'll go back a little bit so I can show you exactly what point on the map I'm talking about. Most people might see, oh, zone's going to end over here, and we kind of know that already. Let's just go play over there right now. And let this team that we eventually gate kept and forced the other way right behind our path and could have surprised us and shot us in the back and pinched us in between another team, and there goes our game. So that takes a little bit of expertise, and that's something that you're going to have to take control of, especially as a solo queuer. You're going to have to communicate this to your teams because you watch my video, and you're the only one that's going to know information like this because other people don't watch my videos, even though they should, because it would help them a lot and their teammates a lot. So we hold this team out. The strength that we hold, gatekeeping a team and forcing them this way. They don't want to go that way. This is why they're coming this way. But because we played here, we get to dictate where they rotate now. And we have 100% advantage and control right here, right now. This is called bitching a team away, or bitching a team out of a building that they're in or wherever. That's a bit more on the aggressive side, but on the defensive side, we're essentially bitching them the other way, forcing them away from us. They don't want to go here, but they have no choice because we played the game well, because we understand it well, and ran them straight into another team. That makes it easier for us to get some kills, I think, but on top of that, get better placement and better chances to win the game. Woo! Something about the shades, chat. Something about the shades, chat. All right, so we got 1 kill from that. And now, on the edge of zone, I believe we do take this fight right here. Let's see.
Red armor, red armor.
I'm ulting their back.
Smoking forward right here. They're fighting somebody else. They have blue armor.
No, they don't.
One had blue, yes. Notice how we're just holding.
You want to go to the cut and hold them?
Nade the door, Nate. They're inside, they're inside.
Can you nade the door?
I naded it. Bingo.
Not my bangle, not mine, not mine.
I'm fucking. Let it get blown the fuck up. Real long,
They're
Mamba.
fast, I know.
You destroyed the door?
They're gonna swing. Careful, they're gonna swing.
They're walking out, they're walking out, they're walking out.
Catch one, catch one. Catch
Take it back, take it
one.
back, take it back, take it back, take it back.
They threw their spikes, Pop in the Medi.
We might just have to go to the cut and hold them.
I think we do. I think we just fuck off right now.
Oh
Because
my
we're gonna
fucking
get
god, I
gate
just got a
cap.
wingman.
3-0. Rings close.
Okay, we're gonna get gate cap probably right here.
Spotted.
Oh my god, bro.
So nothing comes of that fight at all, but that's an okay fight to take considering the position of the circle that it's in, far edge of zone, and everybody else at this point is going to be sitting in zone. The reason why we took this fight, even though I mentioned earlier that kills don't count, is because this is a rotational fight. This is a fight that we have to fight, and if we don't fight this, then we're both rotating at the same time, or if we rotate first too early, then they come behind us and pinch us in between another team, and then it's wraps. But if we fight this team out here in the zone and we kill them, then we would have had a free rotate into this circle and don't have to worry about anything at all except getting gate kept from in front of us. But now we have to worry about a little bit of both, behind us and in front of us. But because we killed so much time, we don't really have to worry about getting, fully sent behind us. Just specifically because we have the upper hand with this time left in zone, 20 seconds, and we're already rotating out early. Now all we have to do is turn around behind us with the cover that we have. Since they're right on zone, they have to leave quickly, or else that zone's going to touch them and hurt them. We have more space in between zone, so we don't have to go straight into the circle right now. We could play this AC vent, this bin right here, and turn around and just look behind us and still maintain some sort of cover from in front of us. We could do that, or we could just take a look here because of the space and time that we have, look in front of us and realize, nobody's in front of us. Okay, let's go play zone, and then turn around and hold this team out. It's not the most ideal situation. The best situation possible would have been killing that team and not having to worry about them at all. But that fight was kind of dead. The longer we wait, the more time we give somebody to come gatekeep both of us, and then we both die. So that's why we take this position right now. We're seeing right now, okay, nobody's here at all. 4 squads alive, everybody's up. Nobody's here. We're in circle. We have cover. We don't need to move any further except right here and play on the respawn beacon. It looks like no team's in there, which is what I'm calming. And there might be. I forget. It's a long time ago. We'll see. But our biggest priority right now is to just stay put and look at this team behind us and see what's up with them, because they're going to have to push. So just like I mentioned earlier, because we left early in that fight, and this is so situational, and it is very difficult to teach something like this. This is just high IQ, heads-up gameplay. We've tried to fight them. The fight took too long. We couldn't really maneuver around the backside of the building because zone was in. They had a Bangalore ult on us. Believe they had a catalyst. And so that's just a hard fight to fight. And we were very scared because we have to win this game. If we get third party, we lose. And winning is the only thing that matters. So after that 30, 45 seconds of that fight just dying, we elect to rotate and hold this team out before they could do the same to us. And now all we do, again, a team was shooting us on the other side of this cover that I'm hiding behind right now. So by sitting on this side, I have cover from them. I break their line of sight, and I cannot get shot from behind, and I have my full attention forward right now. I throw this Bangalore ult primarily because I'm not going to need it later, and if I do need it later, if it goes all the way to round 6, final ring, I'll get it back. And so I use it to further delay this team from pushing in. Use all utility at this point because it's our biggest threat, and screw that team from being able to rotate in onto us. And notice how typically as the IGL is what I like to call myself as. I let my shooters do the shooting after I threw my Bangalore ult, but I use my smoke and I check behind us. Is anybody pinching us? That's going to give us a lot of intel and information as to how we go about this fight. Nobody's pushing us, so I go right back around to help my team out. You'll see they'll try to do as much as they can do, but there's not much they can do because we played it so perfectly. And I don't think my Bengal did much, and neither did their Catalyst ult. But again, there's nothing that they can do. And we get some good kills from that, and that team is bye-bye. But now we have to get straight upfield. No time wasted. We did our job with that. Again, time is always of the essence, especially if you're trying to win a game in your promo trials. Time is of the essence. We played our job perfectly with that team by gatekeeping them. Now we no longer have to worry about them. But now, no time to loot. No time to dick around. Our next step, our next mission is to get upfield. Gain some space, take some space, get some cover, establish our dominance in this area so that no other team can push us, and play this position right here. And we did that perfectly. And so you'll see what a lot of teams will do. And this happens because this is exactly what we kind of want too. This is like a benefit of how we played that. We forced the other two teams to fight as well because we provided them a window. With 4 squads alive, there are 2 squads each that could take a fight. We initiated a fight with that team right there, so this other team feels comfortable because we're distracted fighting to take a fight with that other team. But they took too long. They didn't fight within that window. Because we finished so quickly, we're able to get upfield even further once we recognize that they're fighting, and now we can become the third party. They did not fight in the same window that we fought in, and at that point, if they did, then it would have been a fair 2v2, or excuse me, squad v squad, but they didn't. So now we can become the third party, and now you'll see us take up a lot of space and try to push them while they're fighting. Especially considering they have one knocked already too. These are things that I can't teach in just tip format. That's why it's important to watch these commentary videos. And again, excuse me. So we have the same guy. I take note. This is just a nice little tip. We have the same guy, Mia, knocked 2 people at that point. So now I know it's a 3v1, or yeah, it would be a 3v1, and they end up wiping. So we get to the third party a little too late, but we have to assume they probably have taken some damage, but they're all up. So we have to play a little cautiously now. We can't just brain dead send them. And we play with communication. We play with intention. We see this Bangalore right here. You see they're already prepared for that third party. He's shooting at my teammate, so I hard swing him. My teammate gets a knock. I end up getting this knock on this guy right here. And now it's a 2v1. Perfect situation. Yaz got one. I got one. And now we're in the best situation that we can be considering this third party. I also think this guy was cheating as well. Hence why Yaz got obliterated so quickly from afar on that off angle. I believe it was a Pathfinder. So it's me and Mamba right now against this very suspect Pathfinder. You'll see what I mean when he rips me right here. Through the whatchamacallit, through the Catalyst ult. Very quick peek. Hit every shot. I think he's using a hemlock. I forget. And so we're playing this slow because Mamba is also a little bit worried, but we also want to be as safe as possible to solidify this dub right here. This is all that I need. And I believe that's all that my teammate Mamba needed as well. I believe we both had our promo trials at the same time. And so we wait. We get healthy. We play with each other. Even though we have the odds, we wait till we're both healthy. We're both ready to fight. We're both talking. And once we're ready to fight, we'd say, okay, let's go. And that's when we start to get aggressive right now. We get that thirst off just because why not? Let's really make it, solid that we catch the dub. He three bursts Mamba for a full 80 right there on a quick peek. But Mamba ends up just clipping him, and that's that, and we catch that dub. A lot to learn from that video. Please watch it back over and over again so that you can learn as much as possible, because there's nobody else on YouTube giving you the sauce like I do for the free skis as well. You want to rank up and rank this season and progress through these promo trials, as stupid as they are? This is the video for you right here. This is how to win promo trial games. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to hit that sub button, and I'll see you next time. Again, told you that was a mid-game. Very, very mid-game. 10 kills total, 1,000 damage each total. But we won the game because we were methodical and systematic with our approach, and that's what wins games, baby. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Peace out. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam.